Forget everything you think you know about the Tesla Cybertruck, because the truck that generated nearly 2 million reservations, the stainless steel monster that broke the internet, is now facing a crisis so deep it threatens its very survival. And I'm talking about a legendary sales flop, a vehicle that was so hyped it became a cultural meme, yet demand has plummeted. Inventory is piling up and used models are struggling to sell. So how did a vehicle with a multi-million person waiting list end up here? Well, today we're diving deep into the 5 financial and engineering failures that sank the Cybertruck. And trust me, the number one reason for its collapse isn't the polarizing design or the delays. It's a hidden financial landmine that makes a simple fender bender cost more than a brand new Ford F-150. This is the $58,000 repair bombshell that even Tesla fanatics never saw coming. So if this video saves you from a 6-figure mistake, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe. You'll appreciate it. So buckle up and let's jump right into the broken promise. See, the initial hype was built on a lie. When Tesla showed the Cybertruck in 2019, the price for the base model was promised to be $39,900. That price point is what secured the deposit from nearly 2 million people. They thought they were getting a revolutionary yet affordable workhorse, but the reality? Well, the price was not just delayed, it was shattered. The cheapest version available today, the rear-wheel drive, starts at $60,990. The mid-tier all-wheel drive jumps to a hefty $79,990. So for those without a calculator, that's a minimum 50% increase on the promise. But here is the most damning statistic that proves the flop. Reports indicate that of the 2 million initial reservations, only about 2.5% of people actually converted their reservation into a purchase when the final prices were announced. And that means 97.5% walked away. And why would they stay? Just look at the competition. The work-ready Ford F-150 Lightning Pro starts at just $50,000, and that's over $11,000 cheaper than the cheapest Cybertruck that you can possibly buy. Even the more popular, more luxurious Rivian R1T dual motor starts in a low 70,000s, and that's still thousands of dollars less than the Cybertruck's mid-tier AWD version. So when the price doubled, the mass market simply walked away. The Cybertruck failed the financial test, and the broken promise, well, it didn't just stop at price. The initial promise of a 500-mile range delivered a real-world EPA estimate of just 340 miles for the popular AWD model, and that's a massive 32% range cut. Now, when your competitors are both cheaper and they offer more traditional utility, the Cybertruck's extreme price tag for compromised specs looks like a non-starter. Now, this is not a truck designed for utility, it's simply a piece of art. And like most art, it's incredibly impractical. First, the stainless steel body is a maintenance nightmare. Owners are calling washing it a ceremony. It smudges instantly, fingerprints are a constant problem, and if you get a water spot, well, hey, it can become a permanent part of the steel's patina. It demands a level of obsessive, specialized maintenance that no true work truck owner has time for. Second, the truck is an aftermarket dessert. If you try putting traditional truck accessories on it, most of them won't fit. So the entire culture of truck modification, things like bed racks, toolboxes, ladder systems, is built on decades of Ford, Chevy, and Ram design. Aftermarket companies don't want to invest resources into the Cybertruck's radical low-volume design. See, you're stuck with a truck that cannot be practically customized for work. Now, third on this issue is its sheer size and mass because those are problems in the real world. At nearly £7,000, it is without doubt one of the heaviest consumer vehicles on the road. Now, this massive weight affects braking distances, tyre wear, and critically, the ability to safely drive on older roads, bridges, and parking structures that have all got weight limits. Now, the Cybertruck is great for a Mars colony, but it struggles to fit into an Earth parking space. So now let's move on to the secret killer, and we're talking the insurance and repair catastrophe. Now, this is the single biggest financial anchor that's sinking the Cybertruck. It's the hidden cost that sent the remaining reservation holders running for the hills. So I'm talking about the repair and insurance catastrophe. See, the Cybertruck is built on an exoskeleton. The stainless steel skin is structural. So if you damage it, you're not fixing a fender, you're fixing the structure of the car. Now, Tesla requires specialized tools and certified highly paid technicians for all repairs, and the numbers are literally terrifying. One test vehicle with what looked like a moderate rear end damage resulted in a final repair quote of nearly $58,000. The truck was immediately declared a total loss. Now, even for minor cosmetic damage, the cost is brutal. One owner with a simple hit and run scratch found that just refurnishing the stainless steel on one large panel cost them an estimated $2,000. Now, why? Because the entire panel must be refurnished to maintain the uniform look. A simple scratch on a conventional pickup, well, that'll run you a few $100s. And by the way, insurance companies are not blind. They're pricing in this risk. So the average annual cost for full coverage insurance on a Cybertruck is an astonishing $4,700. Now you compare that to the Ford F-150 Lightning, that average is a much more reasonable $2,778. And that, by the way, is a difference of nearly $1,900 a year just to insure the Cybertruck. So over a 5-year loan, you're paying an extra $9,500 simply on the insurance premium. Now, the hidden cost of insurance and the risk of that $58,000 fender bender is the single biggest piece of friction that stops everyday consumers from buying a Cybertruck. Now, beyond the cost, there's the final element, and that's the attention tax and the devaluation. See, the Cybertruck is a cultural flashpoint. In traditional truck markets, we're talking Texas, the Midwest, the South, the design and the brand send the wrong message. Owners report being stared at, photographed, and even mocked. This polarization is a sales killer in the very regions where trucks are most essential. See, you're not just buying a vehicle, you're buying a controversial statement, and that statement is already tanking in value. For a long time, Tesla preached that their cars were appreciating assets, but a recent report showed a stark reality. Tesla itself offered one owner a trade-in value of only $65,000 for a $100,000 truck that was purchased in 2024 with extremely low mileage. And again, for those without a calculator, that's a massive 35% drop in value in under a year. Now, the average pickup truck takes 5 years to lose that much value. Now, this rapid devaluation is a very, very loud signal. The collector phase is ending, and the resale market is now correcting for the reality of the broken promise, the impracticality, and the soaring costs of ownership. Now, the Cybertruck story is a perfect storm of hype meeting reality. It wasn't a flop because it was ugly. It was a flop because it was a product designed by engineers for engineers that broke its price promise to the masses, and it hid catastrophic financial risks in the form of astronomical insurance and repair costs. So it's not a truck for the everyday consumer. It's an exclusive, fragile collector's novelty, a $100,000 experiment that's already depreciating like a rock. So do me a favor, if this deep dive saved you from that financial landmine, then smash that like button and hit subscribe. And now I want to hear from you. After seeing the $4,700 insurance cost and the $58,000 repair bill, would you ever buy a Cybertruck? Let me know in the comments below, and don't go anywhere because your financial future depends on watching this channel. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, my fellow car lovers, and I'll see you guys on the next one.